I want you to keep it going for X, one of the funniest men around here. And I gotta say, you made me feel a little bit old because I just remembered that I was still living in England when the O.J. Simpson case happened. It was 25 years ago, this past summer, that the chase occurred. And I gotta tell you, we had a different perspective on that case in England. We didn't know who O.J. Simpson was, really. And everybody in England looked at that and thought, why are they making so much fuss about the funny black guy from the Naked Gun movies? No word of a lie. And then I moved to the US and I found all about that. Anyway, I hope you all had a really good Thanksgiving. I did. It's my favorite American holiday. Because basically I can eat my weight in turkey, dressing, and pecan pie. And I love it. And for very obvious reasons, we celebrate that every year with my in-laws. But people still ask me if we celebrate Thanksgiving in England. Just think about that for a second. It's the holiday that commemorates the first winter that you survived here after you ran away from the evil Brits. So it'd be kind of odd for us to celebrate it. Nor do we celebrate anything like it. If the British took a day off for every time they traveled to a foreign country, planted the flag, civilized the natives, and claimed it for their own, we'd basically never work. But I love it, I really do. I'm glad I'm here. Anyway, I am the father of an 8-year-old daughter, and that is generally awesome. But it does have some downsides. And one of the worst things about being a parent that I've discovered so far is the need to listen to really shitty music and pretend to enjoy it. I will bear a lifelong grudge against 90s songsters, They Might Be Giants, for the musical monstrosity that is the theme from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Hot dog, hot diggity dog, now we've got ears, it's time for cheers. I'd like to shove a little birdhouse up your asses, gentlemen. It causes me actual physical pain that I know every single word to the song Let It Go from the movie Frozen. Elsa, the cold might just bother you if someone tied you to a giant weight and dropped you in the middle of the Arctic. But these musical misdemeanors pale into insignificance compared to the terrible crime that is Kids Bop Kids. Now, if you don't have a prepubescent girl in the house, you've probably never heard of the Little Assholes, and you should be truly thankful for that. But they are a collection of ridiculously chipper tweens who sing popular songs with all the adult words and concepts edited out. I'll give you an example. In the original version of the song TikTok, Kesha sings, "Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack." The Kids Bop Kids sing, "Before I leave, brush my teeth, scrub them nice and clean." Thanks, Mom. But they have covered a bunch of songs that some might consider inappropriate for preteens to sing. Far too many to mention. Songs on subjects that they change the concepts, but you know what the song is, so it doesn't really matter. But there are some places that the Kids Bop Kids won't go. There's no sanitized version of My Neck, My Back. There's no sanitized version of Big Papa, Anaconda, pretty much anything by Lil' Kim. And guys, if you're gonna go halfway, why not commit? I just don't think they're trying hard enough. So I had to go myself. I hope you remember the classic 9 Inch Nails song, Closer, right? The one that starts, "You let me violate you, you let me penetrate you," and has the chorus that begins, "I wanna fuck you like an animal." Well, I Kids Bopped it. With your indulgence and with due apologies to Trent Reznor and the guys, I would like to give you a sample, okay? You let me snuggle with you. You let me have tea with you. You let me party dress you. You let me confide in you. Help me, I broke my Barbie dream house. Help me, I've got no cookies to sell. Help me, the only thing that works for me. Help me get away from myself. I wanna hug you like stuffed animal. I wanna cuddle you at bedtime. I wanna hug you like stuffed animal. My whole existence is fun. You get me closer to mom. Catchy? Maybe I'll send it to the kids' boppers. Or maybe I'll open a vein the next time I have to listen to twins sing Uptown Funk. Anyway, so you may have noticed that I'm from England. I made that point a couple of times. It's kind of my shtick. Well, I wanted to share with you an observation about English behavior. So, I've been here for 20 years, but there are just some habits that I've been unable to shake. And one of them is, the English are too damn polite for their own good. If you run into an Englishman, even if it's not their fault, they'll apologize. If you run into an American will say, "Hey buddy, watch where you're going." An Englishman will say, "Sorry." If you run into an Englishman so hard you knock him on his ass, he'll say, "Sorry." If you run into an Englishman so hard that you break a bone, he'll say through clenched teeth, "Sorry." If you run into an Englishman carrying a sharp sword and decapitate him, as his head spirals to the floor, with the last gasp of breath from his lips, you would hear a strangled sorry. And then 2 weeks later, after the will is read, you'd get a letter from his executor apologizing. Let me tell you what the English mean. We mean, screw you. But we don't say that because then we'd have to have a conversation with you, and that would be awkward, and we don't do awkward. Anyway, you've been a lovely audience. I've been David Parsons. Cheers.